Hello there guys, and welcome again to RedGamingTech. I have a little bit of an opinions video for you today. As most of you will probably know, it was revealed last week that Dead Space 3 will in fact include microtransactions as a way to save time with the game's weapon crafting system. Obviously, the reaction to this particular piece of news was the reaction that you would expect. One of outrage and disgust at the basically full money grabbing mode from EA, and basically people feeling that they're being nickel and dimed, which I don't really blame them, to be honest. That's exactly what this is. It's another example of the pay-to-win scheme, and obviously it's a way to rinse more money out of people who have already paid £40 or $60 for a full-price AAA title. But we're not here today to discuss the news that you already know. We're here to discuss the principle of it and what it will actually mean. We've seen this thing for quite some time now, and not just the last couple of years. It's something that's been around for a long time. It used to exist in different forms, but it was always here. Back in the day, it used to be phoning the, say, cheat and tips phone line and getting charged 50p per minute for an 0900 number, while EA gives you, or whoever company gives you, some free tips and so on. Obviously not actually free, but you get the point. So now you can actually get help directly sent to you, and obviously this is the concept behind basically all the free-to-play games out there at the moment. But obviously many of us object to them being included in full-price AAA titles, and I'm definitely one of them. It definitely seems like full-blown money-grabbing, and they're not even really making an effort to disguise it as such, because, well, how could they? It's pretty blatant what they're trying to do. And yes, it's basically a time-saver DLC. Now, the concept of that is not so terrible if you take it out of the Dead Space franchise just for a moment. That exists all over, where you can pay a little bit of real-world money to get upgrades, weapons, that sort of thing, a little bit quicker. Perhaps, for example, if for some reason you don't want to, fully play the game, or perhaps you just don't really have the time to go out searching for that elusive piece of scrap metal or what have you to build the best gun in the game or whatever, which is fine. Some people don't particularly have the time to go out and fully 100% a game, collect all the items to make all the best weapons in the game, but they still want to experience the fun and enjoyment of actually having those weapons in their hand. And of course that's completely their choice if they wish to do it. I mean, most people do not want to do that. I mean, this piece or this option, of microtransaction obviously isn't intended to target the hardcore gamers, because most of us are going to want to actually play the game we just spent so much money on, fully immerse ourselves in the experience. And that's the main issue here. It's not really just that there's microtransactions in an already full price title. It's the fact that it's completely immersion breaking that really sticks the knife in, and the fact that this game already has 11 pieces of day one DLC. So it really seems like EA has gone into full rinse mode, and if people want to take advantage of this, then that's fine. I kind of understand that. I personally wouldn't do it, but there you have it. You can just ignore it, I hope. That's my concern here. That basically it's going to rip you out of the world that they've so lovingly created. I mean, think about it. Just for an extreme example, say you're playing some RPG where you've got conversation options like, I don't know, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Skyrim, pick one of 3 million RPGs with that sort of system built in, and you get what I'm talking about. So let's say that, you're talking to an NPC and they're giving you a quest line, blah blah blah, business as usual, and then basically you have to give them real money to actually get the quest details or something like that. How quickly would that break the immersion? Obviously that would be a really heavy-handed way to do a microtransaction system, but it still kind of gets the point that I'm trying to make here, which is that my main concern here is that the inclusion of the microtransaction system into the game might be something that actually hampers the experience for those of us who simply want to ignore its existence, which is going to be most of the people playing this particular game. At least from my opinion, that's going to be most people. I mean, most people who are going to be buying this game are going to be long-standing fans of the Dead Space franchise, and most of them are going to want to fully enjoy and experience the game that they've been waiting so long for. Why would you not do so? But, you know, let's think about it this way. This is to craft items and stuff, as I said. So, would it break the immersion for you? If you go to craft an item, and you know you can't actually craft the item because you're missing a piece of resources or something, but then the game offers you to pay real money to unlock that weapon. That immediately, for me, if I noticed that and it, you know, kind of processed in my head, that it literally just shatter the immersion so quick, because you play games to get a little bit of relief from the real world. You want to immerse yourself in this awesomely created world, forget about reality for a while and just enjoy it. And you can't do that if you are having things pop up saying, oh, you can pay real money, because then you remember, oh, yeah, money, oh, the real world. You know, it's like, why would you want to do that? Immersion is one of the key factors to making a good game. And while, you know, not having a particularly immersive game isn't, you know, the end of the world for a game, it's a pretty big deal for a lot of people and will affect how pulled in you can get into the game. I mean, that's what I mean when I say immersion. The fact that, you know, you just forget the real world for a while and just lose yourself in the story. But you can't do that if you're constantly being hounded for your spare pennies. So I'm just a little bit concerned that basically it's going to ruin the experience for people who do not want to take part in the microtransactions. If you want to use it every now and again for certain items because you don't have the time or what have you, then fair enough, go for it. No one is stopping you. But will it affect the experience for people who want to just play the game and ignore it? That's my real worry. So, yes, I mean, personally, I'm not going to go into a massive rant about how wrong this is because I'd be here all day. Trust me, I do not like this at all. I think it's completely and utterly ridiculous that EA have done this, and they couldn't be more obvious with their money grabbing if they tried, because, as I said earlier, not only have they done this, they've also done the 11 pieces of Day 1 DLC. So it seems like Dead Space 3 is now just a cash cow to be milked until it is nothing but a pile of wobbling giblets. But that's not what I'm here to discuss today, as I said earlier. I'm just saying that the immersion factor is my real concern here, and also, will this spell a bad future for gaming? Because, you know, we want games to be accepted as an art form, and to have them stop being basically the world's scapegoat for everything that goes wrong in the world. And, you know, we can't really do that when it's being rinsed like this. It will hamper that goal that most of us want. We all want games to be recognised as art because they are. It's simple as that. But when they're being treated like this, it's kind of difficult to bring them across as such. So that's my main concern, the immersion factor and what this may mean for the future of gaming if this continues to get out of control. I mean, I don't think it's going to get much worse. I still think some developers are going to push to see how far they can go before people literally just stop buying their game. And to be honest, I think this is pretty damn close to that line, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for long enough on this particular one. Please do hit me up with your opinions on this particular discussion. What do you think about the actual principle behind it? Do you agree with my comments on the immersion factor? And do you think that this spells doom and gloom for the future of gaming and the fact that it may hinder the progress of games being recognised as arts? Please do hit me up with your opinions. I'll be very interested to see what you guys think. Anyway, that's me done for this particular video. Hope you found it interesting. Please do check out our channel for more gaming awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.